What's going on, everybody? So this is just a little fun video that I have no reason to make except for I think it's kind of fun. We talk about guitar nerd stuff around here all the time, and we get a lot of random questions about stuff that's not guitar related. So I figured what I would do is a quick rapid fire FAQ, no guitar questions allowed. So we posted this on our Instagram if you want to participate in this kind of thing in the future. Instagram, YouTube, and on Patreon. So that's where all these questions came from. Leslie is behind the camera, and she's just going to ask them, and I'm going to answer them. So here we go.
My bike needs the seat reupholstered. Should I just buy new, or should I learn new skills at the sewing machine?
I think you should just buy a new one. Don't waste your time. Somebody else knows how to do it. It would be a waste of time. My opinion.
How do you do internet and cable services in the RV?
Good question. So we have a 4G modem that is basically like an AT&T data plan, but it's huge, so we can use lots of gigabytes a month. But I also still have to worry about that, so we have to manage it. Pretty much.
What is your favorite scotch?
Ooh, that's a hard one. For the one that I'm gonna just drink, it's gonna be probably a Talisker of some sort.
Have you ever tried Glendronach 12 or Macallan 12?
Macallan 12 is one of my favorites. I've not tried the other one.
How hard is it to go plant-only diet?
It's been so long that I can't even remember. I mean, I've not eaten meat since 2005, so I don't even remember. It seems fine.
What is the difference between high and low octane? Why does my truck ping on 87?
I love that question. Octane is a representation of at what temperature the fuel combusts in the combustion chamber. The higher the number of the octane, the lower the combustion temperature at which it goes boom. So that's why newer, modern, higher compression engines ping, because they need a cooler combustion temperature.
How come on a recent video, the door handles of your Jeep were pink?
That's Leslie's fault. Well, not really. I ordered these red ones and they're powder coated, and powder coating tends to turn pink. And I'm going to probably shop for anodized red ones that last longer because I don't like the fact that they have turned pink.
My motorcycle had turn signals with 10-watt halogen bulbs. I swapped them out for a kit that uses smaller 6-watt halogen bulbs. In this 12-volt DC circuit with an analog relay, how can I measure or calculate the value of the resistors I need to cancel the hyperblinking that's occurring?
If you Google this, there are calculators for LED conversions, and it tells you the amount of current that, or you put in the amount of current that it draws, like max load, how many LEDs, etc., a couple other things, operating voltage, and it'll give you a resistor calculation for that. A bunch of drop-down boxes. It should be pretty easy to figure out.
When will you be in New Mexico? I want to own something which I can say it was made in an RV outside of Albuquerque. # Breaking Bad.
Ooh. I don't know. We're not sure how far west we're gonna go this summer, so I'm not even sure about that.
Is the Jeep Gladiator a pickup truck?
Strictly speaking, it is. It has the rear end of a Ram 1500 and some other parts. So strictly speaking, it is, but not really.
What's the best whiskey you would recommend to someone?
The best whiskey. I've been liking this Tire Fire stuff lately. It's pretty good. And I've also been liking, I don't even know, what else do I have in there? Yeah, that Tire Fire stuff's pretty good. That's the latest stuff that I've been drinking, and I like it.
As a motorcyclist, what motorcycle do you think is the pinnacle of form and function?
Oh, that's easy. MV Agusta F4.
Your top 3 pros and cons for anyone considering RV living.
Pros, would be the freedom to do whatever we want. That's pretty awesome. Number 2 would be being able to do whatever we want. That's a hard question to answer. I love the fact that we can go wherever, we can see stuff that we wouldn't normally see, and it really is a sense of freedom. And I actually love the fact that we have to simplify it down and not have as much stuff in our life. I don't have to mow a lawn, none of that kind of stuff. Those are the pros. The 3 cons would be internet actually is harder than it seems to get it all working, especially when you use as much internet as Leslie and I do. Gas mileage also sucks. 6 miles to the gallon, so fuel cost is expensive, but that's not that big a deal really. And it is a challenge to run a business from a motorhome, but I'm getting better at it, and so it's not really a con, but it is a difficulty that we've had to learn how to do.
What would you like to see regarding engine rules for F1? All the same, all V6 or whatever, or anything goes at a certain displacement limit, and why?
Okay, so I think there's way too many rules in F1. I wish they would make it not so spec racing, if that makes sense. I don't care so much about the rules though. What I like is when chassis builders and various teams figure out ways around the rules, if that makes sense, or figure out ways to innovate within the rules. I just wish that the rules would allow for more innovation, if that makes sense.
What's your favorite place since you've moved into your RV?
South Dakota's way up there. Colorado's way up there. And I don't know, we're in Tennessee right now and I really like it.
What's your favorite caliber to shoot?
Ooh. Handguns or rifles? Daily carry wise, like a 9mm. 9mm is my favorite. Sport shooting a pistol, I really enjoy shooting a 40. And then sport shooting a rifle, I enjoy shooting 223, and I also enjoy shooting 308.
American, Korean, or Mongolian barbecue?
None of the above, because we do not eat any animal products at all.
What's your favorite type of cheese?
Something based on coconut.
What do you think of the Harley-Davidson Bronx?
My mom told me if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Do you read books?
Absolutely. Although these days in 2021, I use more Audible. In fact, if you want to link to Audible, you can hit the button below and you get a discount off of it, and it helps the channel out a little bit. But I just read via Audible the new Jack Carr book, and I've also read some like business books too, some nonfiction and some fiction.
Why do you always wear shades and a hat?
I'm not wearing shades now.
That's the answer.
Okay, I don't know. I've always been I've always worn a hat for a long time, and I very rarely go without sunglasses because I need them because the sun hurts my eyes really bad. So it's just a habit.
What tires do you have on your Jeep?
Goodyear Duratrack MTs.
How old are you?
I don't tell my age on the internet.
What were you doing before starting Dylan Pickups?
I had a smartphone repair company.
So is that how you transitioned from that job to pickup making? Was there a connection?
No, there was no connection. I was in the process of selling that business actually, and I have been in music ever since I was a little kid because of my dad being in music and having a guitar shop and all that kind of stuff. And so it was just, I don't know, somebody called me one day and said, hey, can you make some pickups for me? And I said yes, and the rest is history.
Did you race with Ducatis?
No. I did see that question. That's the one question I did see. No,
So what models and time span did you race then?
Okay, so I actually never raced motorcycles. I was behind the scenes, much like I am now. I helped design motor parts and intake and airflow fuel-based stuff, cylinder heads, carburation, fuel injection, stuff like that, and then also some suspension stuff. And I was behind the scenes engineering and designing and project managing and et cetera, and we had other racers that we had on our team that did I did a lot of the testing, but the actual racing was done by people that actually do that.
2-stroke versus 4-stroke.
That depends. 2-stroke, as a I would use a 2-stroke in the same way that I would use a vintage guitar, like as a piece of history, but 4-stroke all the way.
How are First Nation people treated in America?
Oh. Not as good as you would think, because it's either they're a novelty or they're forgotten, is probably the simplest, easiest, without getting too deep into it, way to say it.
Heard you and your wife were vegan. What took you down that life path?
In 2005, I was having some health problems, and my doctor suggested to me that I try not eating beef for a month and see if I felt better, based on some blood tests that I had, and so I did, and I never went back.
Would you be so kind to share pickup part source with me?
I don't typically share my personal part sources, but I will say that there are a few out there for the hobbyist. Mojo Tone, StewMac, those are probably the two biggest, and they have really nice stuff. So for the hobbyist, I would say that would be the way to go. There are other people out there that you have to buy more volume from, and I kind of keep those closer to the chest.
Favorite thing to work on that's not guitar or music related?
Photography and shooting video. I love to shoot video and I love to shoot photography. That would be the top. And then of course RC cars are right in there. I do not have a motorcycle at the moment, but if I did, I would be tinkering on it and shining on it and polishing on it every day. That was the last one. Well, there you go. There's a little, this is just random. I'm just going to put it up there like this. I probably won't really even edit it that much. And I hope everybody has a good weekend. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. It has nothing to do with guitars, and that's okay with me, because there is so much more to what we do than just that. If you want to hear more about that stuff, we also have a whole nother YouTube channel. As well as if you have questions, random questions about stuff that doesn't have to do with guitars, and you want to put it in the comments, let me know, because I will do my best to address them, because this whole thing, living in a motorhome and making pickups and driving around the country, is pretty cool, and it's pretty rare, and we would like to share more of that with you if you're interested. So get in the comments, say hello, thanks for hanging out, and I guess we will see you in the next video.